Vicky Rick, it's been a long 13-day trial against Brett Hankison, and today was arguably the longest, with jurors deliberating until sundown. But jurors eventually came to a split verdict, acquitting Hankison on one of the civil rights charges, but finding him guilty on the most serious of the two, violating the civil rights of Breonna Taylor. Now, this is the first conviction for any officer involved in the deadly Breonna Taylor raid in 2020. Prosecutors successfully convinced jurors that Hankison put lives at risk when he blindly shot 10 times into Taylor's apartment. He was acquitted on charges that he violated Taylor's neighbor's civil rights, but we could tell that jurors did not reach any of these verdicts easily. In fact, jurors cried when Hankison's guilty verdict was read, and emotions ran high for Breonna Taylor's mother, who has fought for justice for her daughter for over 4 years, as Taylor and the city of Louisville became the center of social justice movements in 2020. Tamika Palmer spoke to media outside the courthouse after, and her reaction was, "Thank God." Now, inside the courtroom, there was a moment where she locked eyes with the U.S. attorney after the verdict was read, and she explained that was about gratitude for prosecutors. Take a listen.
After the first one, I think we all was just beat down so bad nobody knew where to turn or what to think. But they reassured me that they wasn't going to give up and that they would be here as long as I was willing to be here, and they did just that.
Now, Hankison, who is facing life in prison, was not taken into federal custody tonight. In fact, the judge set his sentencing hearing date for March 12th at 10 a.m. And Taylor family's attorney says this fight for further justice for Breonna is not over. 3 other officers also federally charged for their role in the deadly raid, relevant to lying on the search warrant, could find out their fate as soon as next year. Live from downtown Louisville, I'm Alexis Matthews, WLKY News.
Thank you, Alexis. A little more background on how we got here. In March of 2020, Louisville Metro Police executed a no-knock warrant. Breonna's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker III, exchanged gunfire with police. Taylor was shot and killed during the exchange. Hankison was the only officer indicted in connection with the shooting. His first federal trial ended in a hung jury, leading us to the second trial.
A teenage mother charged with the death of her young son is in jail tonight. Pena.
People, you heard that. You heard it. It happened back in 2020 in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm trying to reach over there where I could get my light switch. You all remember that. It made the national news. I'm sorry, I'm trying to stretch. About Breonna Taylor, where LNPD had a no-knock warrant, which to me they should outlaw it. I know if somebody knock on my door, as you all would, you would shoot if somebody broke in your door. You know, these no-knock warrants in my book is illegal. That's what happened in this case. If you all remember, a cop, the LMPD, Louisville Metro Police Department in Louisville, Kentucky, knocked on the door and kicked it in. And Breonna Taylor's boyfriend thought somebody was breaking in the house, and he shot him. But they turned far and couldn't see who they were shooting at. They shot the whole house up, even the neighbor's house. But the funny thing about people, if you remember, the person they was hunting for was arrested early in the day. So they done had him in custody before they went to the house. They lied on the search warrant. If you all remember the post office and post inspector said, yeah, it had stuff going there. If you all remember that, I don't like this. You know, you got good cops and you got bad cops all over this planet. City, county, state, federal. You got bad cops and good cops in all of them. But you good cops, take out the bad cops. Turn in the bad cops. You might get in trouble. But it makes you all look bad. Hi. Can you hear me? Hello. Hi, Yoakum. I hope I got audio again. Okay. That's what I don't like, but not having computer people. I don't know if I got audio or don't have audio. Because on my computer, I got the headphones with the studio mic. I can hear myself. On a cell phone, I don't know. I'm so sorry. I ain't showing my feet. I got my socks on. Who wants to see my dirty socks? And, man, I'm mad. You know, when I got up this morning, sitting here, my kitty cat lets me know somebody was outside, so I went in the bathroom, put my pants on, put my jacket on. There's a good-looking, I guess you call them the 811 people. She's marking my phone line that I don't have. There ain't no phone line just from the house to the water meter. The rest of it's gone. It's been gone for years. And she told me she's cute. I know people, she's too young for me. 22 years old. Man, she's gorgeous for a country girl. Live about maybe 30, 40 miles north of me. But that's okay. I don't have no money. She got a husband, so that leaves me out. But I asked her, you know, that 811 people, you know, when she was out there. She gave me the name. It started with an L. If you live in Indiana, they do work around here. I don't know, Lou Allen or something that starts with an L. That's all I know. They do work for Spectrum and Frontier. Frontier is a phone company and internet service or cable service or something like that. So I went to 3 counties today. And I came back to Clark County, stop at REMC, paid my electric bill. And, you know, I asked him, I said, are you all doing some work up at my house? I said, 811 up there been marking just in my yard, and they got up to the main road where you turn into my road and had it marked. And she got on the telephone call. I got a technician or a surveyor or whatever you call them, but, you know, it's in charge of stuff like that. Told me his name, so I went out and sit, and he came out there. He said, we don't have anything on our records and I described the 811. She told me it started with an L. Then he mentioned two names, and one of the names, I said, that sounds like it. Said, well, they do work for, I've been sneezing all day. And they said they do work for Spectrum TV and Frontier. But they going to put, I guess you call it guide wires. Or I guess it'd be on the west side of my pole, I guess, or both poles. I got two poles in my yard. But when they show up, I got nothing to do next week, so it'll probably be next week. I done had the water line, gas line, which there ain't no gas line, electric line is up in the air, telephone line, sewer, there ain't no sewer line in my front yard, so when they show up, I'm going to have a little talk with those people. I'm going to ask them, I said, who gave you permission to be on my property? I don't know if you know this or not, which that's what I'm going to explain. I said, there is no right-of-way down through here. And they're going to say, yeah, yes, there is. I said, no, there's not. There ain't no right-of-way. This is a private road. There is no right-of-way. Well, I guess I paid a little extra last month or something, but when I paid my electric bill today, it was $60-some-odd. You know, I haven't really had my heat on that much because I got it set down about 60 degrees. Like I say, my house is pretty insulated, people. I got those double pane windows. It's warm. You know, if you got diabetes, people, you'll freeze to death. Because I got my socks on. Hello, Tom. My electric bill I paid today was either $60 or $66. It was what I paid today, but it usually runs anywhere, summer and winter, anywhere from $50 to $175 a month, summer and winter. I got a heat pump. My hot water heater is electric. My dryer is electric. My stove is electric. And I sit in the dark to watch TV. And I got my clock radio over there where I can see. Then I got my police radio on the table. Since my computer's broken, which I can't afford one. I've been talking to a whole lot of people on Twitch, YouTube, while they playing those truck driving simulators, you know, American Simulator, and the other one's Europe Simulator. Kind of ask them questions about a computer, a laptop, or a desktop. I told them what I was trying to do. And they said, well, I'm in Indiana. If you got a map of I-65, I'm between the 19-mile marker and the 25-mile marker of I-65 in Indiana. That tells you how far I am from Louisville, Kentucky. They said if you want if you want a laptop, it'll cost you over $1,800 to get what you want in it. A gaming computer. They said if you look at a desktop, you save probably $500 to $800. You looking at, well, Tom, I've been praying to God to help me out. I've been to New Jersey, that'd been a long time ago. That was back in the 70s and 80s. I've been to New York, the Bronx, Minnesota, and I can't remember, downtown New York. I've heard today on I guess it was one of those talk shows that comes on about 12 o'clock. One's a lawyer and an ex-CIA agent. Well, you know who I'm talking about. And I was coming across, well, you know what state the Allegheny Bridge is in. I came across that bridge in a cab over with a Detroit engine. I think it was 10 feet. Well, I want to let you people what I do with my laptop before I had it. Then I got into YouTube in December of last year, almost a year. I learned some things. I've seen people that edit videos, and I've asked people, what's a good, easy edit software for a dummy like me to learn? And everybody went, maybe you know it, Tom. I believe it was DaVinci. I tried the other one, Cut Cape or something. I tried that. I couldn't figure out, Pennsylvania. I couldn't remember. That's what happens when you get old. Make sure you eat the right food, healthy food. Get your, if you can walk, walk. Get your exercise. Eat the right food. And, leave the alcohol alone. I got a bad habit. I can't tell you not to smoke. Because I dip. That's worse than smoking. And when I got dip in my mouth, I don't have the urge to eat. When I was young, I used to bite the heck out of my fingernails like probably a whole lot of people, done. But let's get back to the computer. I like to have a good graphics card, I guess, because right now on my cell phone, people, I'm using a Prism Live Studio. I don't either. I don't know anything about editing software, but I heard DaVinci is the best software. I think you got the free version and a paid version of DaVinci. The things I like to edit, make it maybe shorter. And do, you all seen it where, like, if you watch Triumphs Beware on TV, he got an introduction and the end of it. And if you all just seen, And in his introduction weeks ago, since he been on here, he done an introduction where this African-American EMT, Bronica Taylor, got killed in 2020, if you all remember that. But if you watch the first part of my video, you saw where this dumb cop, the federal jury found him guilty. But they're not going to sentence him until March. Well, this is just the 1st of November, so you got December, January, February, March. 4 months. 4 months. People, you might think I'm crazy, but you've seen it. Cops knows how to get fake IDs. They know how to get lost in the system. They know how to get fake Social Security numbers. They should arrest him right there on the... Okay, Tom, you take it easy. You have a great weekend. Tell her to behave herself and help you out. Bye. You take care, Mr. Hensley. People, that last name. There's this one, I think, that lives in Charlestown. I want to say his name's Tim Hensley. They run marathons. He's a nurse, maybe an ER nurse or something like that. But his mom was a piano teacher, just like my mom. My mom would teach him and I believe his sister piano lessons. Because you can't teach your kids music, anything like that, because you really get on it. You know. My dad didn't teach me how to drive a car. He'd get on me. I learned how to drive since I was 12, 13 years old. Drinking alcohol, going out with my older buddies, driving their 65 Chevy with the 327 with that stupid Muncie shifter, got that little T thing in it. If you go with hot rod, it locks up between two gears, and the skinniest one had to crawl underneath it and take it out of gear. That was my job, but I did get to drive it. That was a 65. Then I drove 69 Super Sport, the Chevy Super Sport Chevelle with I think I had a 396 4-speed with the Hurst shifter. Man, I used to fly in it. Will I fly in the car right now? No. I'm scared of going fast. I even hate to drive on the expressway. I try to stay off of it the best I can. I don't want to do 70 miles an hour. Them people on the interstates are nuts. And if you people watch Megan Fox Rider last night, it was her, MG Law, and Swizzle Nut or something. They was doing their truck driving thing last night. I'm glad she don't drive a truck for me. I'm picking her, had me broke, insurance goes up. She wrecked her truck. She hit police cars. She gets speeding tickets. I asked her in the comments, I said, how did you learn how to drive? She said, Illinois. I bet it was Chicago. Hi, Megan, if you on there. But people, I know money's tight. I know there's a whole lot of people on here that got money. money's not everything. But my dad and mom and God taught me, be honest with yourself. Help people. Don't judge a book by its cover. You seen on YouTube, TikTok, where people put these people down. Or they help this woman change a flat tire. It pays you to be nice. If you're nice, people will be nice to you. But you do have some, Karens and Kens out there. You have people out there like it. When I was a teenager, I was a bad boy. I would argue with a cop like nothing. 9 chances out of 10, I was a little bit on the alcohol. That brings out the people to fight. You got a little alcohol. And, have any of you ever been kicked out of a bar, not for fighting, dancing with the bartender's wife or girlfriend? That happened to me a few times. I guess he didn't dance with her or something, but man, when I get a little tipsy, man, watch out. I love to dance with those women. When I'm drinking, I'm more of a lover than a fighter. I got that's how come my allergies up. I bet I sneezed about 20 times today. That's the weather changing. I figure since the weather changed, I usually get me a little cold because the weather changed. From summer to winter or fall, whatever you want to call it, I usually get a little cold. And I start taking NyQuil. I don't know if I can take it with all the medicine I'm on, but I take it anywhere because I want to get rid of my cold. I don't feel like going to the doctor and get a shot in my arm or my butt. I don't like needles. And, but that's okay. I talked to quite a few people today. This one place where I was at, I just thought of something. I go check my icebox after a while. I think I put it in my icebox. My 10 cans of dip, I think I put it in there. And I wear this nice hat. If you all see sometimes when I'm out driving or walking, it says, I love Jesus. I do love Jesus, people. That's not wrong. We forgot about Jesus. Let's get back to the computer. It has to have 2 to 4 gigabytes of a hard drive, I guess you call it. And the good motherboard and the best graphics card. Because the graphic card I had in this HP laptop before it went dead, there's nobody around here to fix it. And the biggest RAM I can get in it. I know a laptop I think the highest RAM you can put in it is what, 64? But I know in a desktop, you can put a lot more than that RAM in it. You people at 60, 70 years old, they had 2 TV shows on TV. I think it maybe was on cable. One I can remember, they call it Tech TV. I think it was on every night, I believe. They talk about computers, motherboards, hard drives, and all this, and taught you how to build a desktop from scratch. You know, the motherboard, the graphics card, and all that. They taught all of it. I had a Dell laptop. I mean, not Dell laptop, desktop. I changed that out. I put the biggest hard drive that they had back there 20 plus years ago. I put the highest memory you could get into it. I put the best graphics card they had back there then. No, it probably was 25, 30 years ago is what I'm thinking. Yeah, maybe 30 years ago. I see my sons, okay. It was before. It's probably 40 years ago, I guess. Because I got to figure out how old my son was. I don't think he was born yet. I don't think. I'm thinking back in the 80s. You know. But I like to, try to get into edit stuff. Plus, I like to get in, since I've been watching it on YouTube, is the truck driving simulator, the American simulator, and the EURO simulator. I've been watching that. And everybody I talk to that plays those games said it's cheaper to get you a desktop. What you paid $1,800 for a laptop, you can get it in the desktop less than $1,000. With everything they said, I'm asking and what they recommend. So I'm going with the desktop. That means I would have to buy me a keyboard. Well, I got a wireless mouse, so that's no problem. And I would say the desktop would have to have a, let's see if I get this right. I'm not too computer wire smart. I guess a HDMI cable, I guess you call it. Probably 30 feet, 40 feet, something like that, where I can run it from the desktop over to my big screen TV. I know those big screen TVs is kind of cheap. That means I would have to buy me another wall mount where I could put it over there on this wall, over this way on that wall, and do it. I guess get me a good camera for it. But I bought me 2 lotto tickets today. But it's all up to God, people. There's things that I want to do for my house. I want to put a new roof on my house, what they call metal roof. But the metal roof I'm talking about looks like shingles. That's what I want to do. Metal roof, it looks like shingles, but black. Black is beautiful. And that's one thing I want to do. I want to build onto my house out towards the west, which is that way. Build about 8 to 10 feet onto the kitchen. Make my kitchen bigger. Put more cabinets in it. And build me a garage onto it where I can keep maybe a 2-car garage. I got to see how far I can go out that way. You know. That's just some of the things I like to do. Make my porch better. I would show my neighbor's house. It's a house that looks like a log cabin. On the porch, you got your posts up, I guess you call them cedar posts. You know, it looks like a log cabin. The outside of the house got your slanted round wood, it looks like a log cabin. It's beautiful. That's what I like to do, people. It's just a dream. I believe in my dreams. Usually if I dream it 1 time or 2 times, it don't come true. But 4 times, 3 to 4 times, it usually comes true. But this one dream, you all is a history buff. You know your history. There's a state you can go to. I could be wrong. I think you can go up on this mountain. There's a state you go up on the mountain. You can see 4 states, either 3 or 4. I think it's 4 states you can see. This person, I'm not going to say how much money this person left me, but there was conditions. They had underground, they was way under the ground. You had your grocery stores underneath ground. You didn't drive cars, you had electric cars, like golf carts. I had an indoor movie theater. You had people that lived down there. And on top of the ground, you had animals, cats and dogs and chickens and roosters and stuff like that. But this person, I'm not going to say he or she, because you all might know, but I don't know how old I was in that dream. I might have been my age now. He wasn't a millionaire. He was a billionaire. Because his property covered 4 states. It covered 4 states. You figure that's over 40,000 acres? And you have like a factory on top of the ground where like 18-wheelers drive in there. take their soft drinks off, the milk off. You had your stores underneath the ground. It was bomb-proof. I mean, it was made good. And I couldn't turn away any animals. Take in stray animals, abuse animals. You have some up on the ground. You have veterinarians that live there and take care of your animals, like cows, horses, pigs, you know, all kinds of animals that been hurt. You know, eagles, but no alligators. That's one thing he didn't have. And I don't like snakes, but you know, that was a dream. You know, that was a whole lot of money. But I was the number one on the property. I don't know if the person had family or what, but I had everything I want. I was unhappy because I didn't have a woman. Because I knew they was after their sugar daddy. Nope, that ain't gonna work. Because I lose it about as quick as I got it. You know, that was just a dream that God gave me one day, people. Believe in your dreams. Sometimes your dream does come true. Just like I keep dreaming I'm going to have a new computer. The top of the line, the best I can do everything on. If I want to play games, I can play games on it. Or if I really want to live stream, I have everything in there where I can do stuff. I can edit. I have the best one of them all. But somebody would have to show me. But I had, excuse me. I had this house, which was paid off for. And then I had that house. But I go down there so many days out of the month to see everything that's going on. I get tired of watching about this. Especially the Late Show talk about it. I guess I turn it over to Perry Mason. Perry Mason's the old black and white TV show, which in my area, it's on METV. I love Perry Mason. That was my mom's show. It come on, say, in the morning time when she was alive, just like it does now. It comes on at 9 o'clock in the morning. We would watch Perry Mason, then Matlock, and after that was Dick Van Dyke and Diagnosed Murder. That was her 3 shows. Every morning. She wanted to make sure I had that TV, and she said, "Tom, you got it on channel so-and-so?" I said, "Yeah." I'm not going to be on here tonight, because I'm going to watch some either American Truck Simulators. You know, I like to watch them. Some of them pretty good drivers. Like Megan Fox, the rider, man, when she gets out there driving, man, you better get off of the road. She told a story Thursday night this was years ago. I guess Mr. Fox, as you call him, said she had a SUV. I guess it was her sister or sister-in-law. I slept since last night. But she came to visit, but she parked behind her. Guess what? She got in there and started up, put it in reverse, and backed into her sister's vehicle. She just put a little dent in her sister's car. But her SUV, it done back there then about $3,000 of damage to her SUV. It took her husband a long time to fix it. I think she said 3 years. She drove around in the SUV wrecked. But people, I told you what I like to do with my life, what I need around my house. And I'm not going to do my post office box. You saw the one I done on my road trip. And my PayPal and my Cash App to help me out. And I want you all to put your faith in God. God wants you to make America great again by putting your faith into God. That's what makes America great, besides the person's running for president. But God, that's what's wrong. America don't believe in God anymore. That's what's wrong with this planet. Nobody believes in God anymore. Nobody believes in helping people out. But you all watch Lisa Richards. You know, she's kind of loopy. She's on crack or some kind of drugs. She can get on there and get $100 every time she gets on there. I'm not a female. I'm a man. I don't do drugs. But I'm telling you some of the things I need. You know. But I know people told me YouTube is like running the business. People, I'm 70 plus years old. I'm trying my best, what money I got to live on. You know, I would love to be out like RD on the scene, white t-shirt, maybe all those people in Bakersfield, California. I would love to do what they do. Out there driving around, car wrecks, house fires, police pursuits. I would love to do that and make you all happy. But I don't have the gas money to go out and drive 7 days a week. You know, if there's a wreck close to me where I live, I'll go to it if I can get to it. You know, I try to get to it. You know, the back roads where I live, I can drive along in the I-65. I can pull off the country road, walk up to the fence, then I can film it. You know, or sit back. I've done a wreck maybe a month or so ago in Scottsburg, Indiana. up on 56 West in front of the Moto gas station. I gave them their space. They saw me recording. And I helped that police officer out. If anybody from Scottsburg, Indiana, you probably know, I believe his name is Officer Green. I want to give you people on the police department credit. He's a real polite police officer. I believe his name is Officer Green on this wreck. The guy that was drunk was in a blue car, I believe, with Indianapolis license plates, had his kids in the car, hit a white pickup truck going westbound. He was coming eastbound, if I get my directions right. And I told Officer Green, like I say, I'm not sure on his name. I said, go into that gas station and check. I said, I know most gas stations got video cameras. You know, he went in there and he thanked me for it. He's going to come back the next day to get a copy of that video of that wreck, and it showed exactly how it happened. You know, I like doing good deeds. I'm not a snitch, people, but I try to help police officers. I know what I can do and what I can't do on a car wreck or a house fire. You know, I'm not like some people that gets right up in their face and asks to get arrested. I show them respect. I know it's hard for some of your auditors, you people out there. I try to do my best without getting in trouble. When I done this car wreck up in Scottsburg, one person commented, I should go to the Scottsburg Police Department and do video on that. I got no reason to go. You know, I probably could find out more information about Officer Green, how long he's been on the police department. But you hear that? I hear a I think it's going southbound. Could be. No, I think it's going northbound. I gotta check my other scanner over. Knowing one of my cats, they walk on it and they put it on manual and they don't scan. Sounds like it's going northbound. Going towards Scottsburg. But people, go watch some of these videos. And some of you new to YouTube, look at StreamYard. You can watch videos on YouTube about StreamYard. I'm going to tell you people that uses StreamYard. They invite people into their studio on their screen. Oh, I say, if you're watching Megan Fox, the writer, the reporter, she got people she invite to her live stream, like MG Law, Swizzle Wiz, or Swizzle Nuts, and some other people. And the same thing as the expert. He used StreamYard. There's a free version. Let me explain it to you. You got the free version. If you don't do over 20 hours a month, you get by with 20 hours. Or say 19 and a half hours. You can get by with the free version. But if you do over 20 hours, say if you go over 20 hours and 2 minutes, well, you won't be able to use StreamYard again, but it's fun, But they got the pay version, anywhere from $15 up to $100, I believe. You seen some of my videos that I share on StreamYard, but my computer couldn't handle some of it because the graphics card, not enough RAM, not enough hard drive. You computer people on Twitch knows it. After I get off of here, I'll probably go up on Twitch, watch some of those truck drivers. And you people that's watching me on Twitch, I do watch some of your DJs. I haven't figured out how it works on the music part of it. Who want to look at my ugly mugshot playing that, music? Is there any DJs that plays country music? Or maybe the music of these DJs is what you call dancing music? You people on Twitch that does a DJ part of it need to explain it to this old man of 70 plus years old, an income between $800 to $900 a month, lives on a budget, a tight budget. Hello, Alexi, lay down. You cold. You've been up in the window, haven't you? So, but if you all can help me out, that's okay. I was someplace today. I was talking about, my problems, about my heart attack, and I need a new riding lawnmower. But I said, everybody recommends get a 0 turn, the commercial type, because that has the roll bars. And this person said how much it cost. I said, anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000. But those 0 turns is about 60 inches, 64 inches, I think, somewhere between 60 and 64. That'll cut my yard down a whole lot. I got an acre. It'll cut me down a lot, people, in time. A riding lawnmower, it adds maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes, something like that. I go slow, because if you go fast, you can start bouncing like that on the lawnmower. So I take my time. I get in no hurry when I'm cutting grass. But since my Troy-Bilt rider broke down, it'll cost me way over $500 to fix it. And it's over 10 years old. I keep my oil changed. I keep my gas shut off. There's a shut-off valve goes from the gas tank to the carburetor. If you don't shut it off, I guess it's a needle valve stuck, or because it looked like it got wires to it. Maybe it's an electronic valve. I don't know anything about these new lawnmowers. I have to shut it off. If I don't shut it off, the gas will run down to the oil. You know what gasoline do to the oil. So every time I get off of it, even if it's 5 minutes, I got to shut it off. But I do cut my yard. To me, it's a county road, but the paperwork I got says it's a county road. But the courthouse says it's a private road. But I can never find anything down at the courthouse showing when they closed it. So, if it tells you how crooked Clark County is, Indiana. So, I want you to hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe bells. I'm going to pray to God for a good Christmas present. Well, maybe a couple Christmas presents. One, get me over 500 subscribers by Christmas Day, which that's not going to happen. Because I'm finding out from YouTube and from people whose lawyers had got YouTube. YouTube, I guess they have to clean something. You all smarter than me. And they're cleaning, I guess, something. I don't know nothing how YouTube works or what, but people's losing subscribers. And I know people, they should be up to 50,000. They should be up to over 1,000 people by now. You know, stuff like that. But somehow YouTube is holding you back. You know, that's my opinion. You know, if it happens to you, and those robots that butts in, I want to talk to a person. That way you can tell what's wrong. What, you know, if you happen to get a strike, this or that, you know. But it's all robots. I like to see somebody buy YouTube out. Make it better. And not tell lies. You know, there's this one I used to. Oh, RB. I want to say RB. I thought this person was a pretty nice guy. He been on a few other channels. He been on What the Hell Is. He been on Megan Fox Rider, an expert. Found out he turned trailer. He went to the dark side, if y'all remember Star Wars. Hello, Ernie. How you doing? Oh, it's this morning. It's after midnight here where I'm at. But people, I'm still asking for your help. I know. But God is talking to you all that can help me out. And I've talked to people on Twitch that knows about computer. It plays those games. I'm not a gamer. All I do is play solitaire. But thanks to Megan Fox Rider and MG Law, the Umbrella Guy, they've playing truck simulators. Oh, man. I would love to do that, but my computer's dead. I'm thinking, I get a laptop gaming computer. Man, you're looking at $1,800 what I want into a computer. But thanks to those nice people on Twitch, he said, Tom, it's cheaper if you get a desktop. You can get more in a desktop a whole lot cheaper what you can get in a laptop. You know, I got looking those desktop computers up. It's cheaper in a laptop. You know, I can get 2 gigabytes up to 4 gigabytes of hard drive. And you know how high you can go on your RAM in a desktop. You can go higher in a desktop you can a laptop. And you all heard the problems that I'm having. You heard one I like to do. I take my GoPro 12, which I use it every once in a while, but since my computer's down, I can't download anything on my computer. I don't think I can download it on my cell phone because it don't have that much of memory, so I'm up the creek on that, so you know that's out. So, you know, that's what I'm asking, but people, I understand. I understand. It's not a scam. I don't do drugs. I don't do alcohol. I've been sober from drugs and alcohol 25 plus years. Back when I was a teenager, you had marijuana, blotter acid, and alcohol. Compare what they got today, people. If I was young and done the stuff they got today, I'd be dead. But being sober 25 plus years, I do feel a lot better. But health-wise, I'm going downhill. I never was sick in the age. My allergies wouldn't be up of me drinking alcohol. Probably wouldn't have my arthritis. You know, because the alcohol takes the pain away. That's one thing I got to go in there after a while. After making a head call, I got to take my medicine. Do that. That way I can sleep good. You know, I got to sleep good. I sleep until about 8:35 when my clock goes off. I got to go off every day by 8:30, 8:35 because all the doctor appointments me and my son had, you know. But that's okay. That's okay. I got eye surgery in January. The first part of January. They're going to do this eye. About 2 weeks later, they're going to do this eye. Maybe I don't, like I say, I take my glasses off and everything's blurry. Even my picture's blurry. The words is blurry. But, you know, the eye surgeon told me what they would do, you know, how they do it. They take the old glass out and put the new glass in. I told him, I said, I want you to make it where I don't have to wear my glasses. You know, that's what we have to wait and do. When I go to the doctor hospital, you know, that surgery place at John and Kenlin, Kenlyn, John Kenlin Surgery Center for your eyes. That's where I know in your state you probably got a different name for it that does cataract surgeries. Alexa, your feet's cold. I got a kitty cat snoring. Which kitty cat snoring? I know, Alexa, you got your motor on. Who's snoring? Is that you, Alex? Oh, no, I think it's Alex or Blackie. No, it's Blackie. She's a pain in my butt. Blackie's a pain in my butt. You know, when you got pets, you know, they're like your children. You can't help to love them. But when like I say, you saw in some videos, I guess maybe September, I lost a few kitty cats. I lost about 9 cats outside in the last 30 days. Some baby cats and one mama cat. That's I call her Gina. That's Mama's Blackie granddaughter. Didn't get to see what her babies look like. Maybe she just packed her clothes and moved away. But LB and Pretty Girl, their babies disappeared. I don't know if the coyotes got them or the foxes, but if they get up on my porch, my camera goes off, my motion detectors goes off, and it didn't go off. But it's like losing one of your kids. But I want to thank you all and put your faith in God, people. And if you want to watch a good preacher, you heard me talk about it. It's Bob Joyce on YouTube. Go watch Bob Joyce or watch me on Sunday night between 7 and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I retransmit his Sunday service for that Sunday. I like a preacher like Bob Joyce. He's not in a suit and tie like some preachers. He might be in blue jeans and a nice dress shirt. He jokes with you. He kind of sings a little song and kind of dances around. Man, I can go to a church like that every Sunday. He has a church service with music. I've done that twice, people. Where Bob Joyce is singing. Guess what? YouTube didn't get me a copyright. Bob Joyce did, but it didn't have Bob Joyce's name on it. It had Elvis Presley. How can a dead Elvis Presley get you a copyright on singing in church? Answer those questions. I know I'm dumb in some things and smart in some things. So, but go and watch it. You can make your judgment. If you want some of Bob Joyce's CDs, you go to bobjoyce.org. You can get some CDs. I guess they got pictures too. I guess you can get if you ask real nice and ask Bob Joyce to autograph it for you when you order it. You know, he probably will do that. But God wants you to make America great again. I know you think I'm talking about president, but he believes in God. And you know what happened in July to Mr. Trump? God spares him, people. God is trying to tell you, put your faith back in God. That's what's wrong with this planet, people. You all forgot about God. Because you might be millionaires. You know, God gave it to you. God can take it away from you. God wants you to help people. But God rewards your good people. No matter if you're a man, woman, or whatever. God rewards you for your good deeds. No matter if you're a bad person on this planet. You get judged in court, you get judged by your neighbors. People, that don't really count. What really counts is God. If you go to heaven or you go to the far place, God makes the final judgment. When you get old like me and Ward, a few other people on here, we start believing more in God. We ask Him to live another day. God got something planned special for me, but it'd help if I had the money to do things. Help make my life better. Make my house look better. You know, have a good computer where I can preach to y'all on certain days of the week. And read you Bible verses. But this Bible I got, it's one of them small ones. My eyes can't see them, but maybe after January, I might start doing some Bible things on YouTube. But I'd rather have a computer where I have my studio mic and bring a better audio to your people. I tried poetry one time. I asked you to leave comments. Let me know if you want to hear more poetry. I watch this lady every time when she does her poetry on YouTube. I think it's Saturday. I think it's Noreen Snyder. Look it up. I think it's Noreen Snyder. She's out of Florida. Her and the professor, I call him, he's an African American, that got a few poetry books out. I call him a professor. He'll be on Noreen Snyder's YouTube channel. Talk about poetry. If you're a poetry person, or you're a young kid and want to learn about poetry, I know when I was in school, elementary school, they taught us poetry, how to write poetry. I don't think they do that anymore in school. All my kids is out of school. But I'm talking about in the 50s and 60s, they taught us poetry. They taught us Mexican. We used what they call PBS TV to learn Spanish. And I guess the other one was French. I think that's the two that we learned on PBS back there in the 50s and 60s. So, you all have a great weekend. I might go to the cell barn tomorrow. It depends how I feel, how cold it is. Is it raining? You know, I've done a whole lot of work today. I went to 3 counties to take care of business. You know, I went to Floyd County, Clark County, Scott County, back to Clark County. You know, I've done a whole lot of running. It takes a lot out of this old man. And I stop at, I'm not going to say where I stop at. Talk to a neighbor of mine that lives up the road from me. She's in her 20s. She's real polite, not married, got no kids. I think she's pretty nice, but I told her, I said, I'd like to have a girl like you, but I know you too young, but if you was at my house right now, you would kill me. My house should be cleaner than that. But since my health is bad, there's not too much that I can do or lift, you know, throw away. You know, there's stuff that I can't hardly do. I got to get the urge to do it. But why would a 20-some-odd-year-old girl want to date somebody 50 years older than her? They would. Well, a few of them would, but I got no money. She's like me. She got cats. She loves cats. She likes living out in the country. She likes working in the garden. She likes to plant flowers. That's a few things we got in common. You know, she likes to work around the house, in the house. Well, that we kind of got in common. As far as, you know, kids, I don't want no more kids. Not every woman out there want kids. You know, who can afford kids nowadays? You know, back when I was born during the Korean War, I had cloth diapers. Probably goat's milk. I can't remember when I was born. When my kids were born, you had Pampers, baby formula, because none of my wives would breastfeed their babies. You know, I don't see how your young ladies out there can afford to buy baby formula, but some of them I've talked to is breastfeed, which that's more natural. They get your vitamins. They get your immune system. That's what I like. None of my women would do that. They always bottle fed. But I've heard, I want your ladies to watch this later. Let me know. I want education. I might be 70 plus years old, but I'm still learning education. I've always heard that women who breastfeed their babies, they're a little bit smarter. They're a little bit healthier. Is there some truth to it? People, I'm thinking that is truth. But I'm looking at the Amish people. To be 120 years old. They live to be 80 years old, 90 years old. But they put that stuff in the chemicals in the fuel up there and spread it all over the universe. That's only my opinion. So people, I'm going to get off of here. Don't forget, people, Tuesday, go out and vote for the best person. And vote for who God wants you to. God wants you to make America great again. You got to put God back in America again. So God is make America great. Put your faith in God. Bye, all your sweet people. I love you all. Have a great weekend. I love you. Don't forget, if you was born on this day, happy birthday. If you got married on this day, happy anniversary, people. Don't forget that. So I love you. Please help out anybody you can. Hurricane victims and stuff like that. So God bless you all.